Hello and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. We're starting out this video handheld and I will apologize for any shaking, but I wanted to show you what I've done, where I have gotten. I have shared in the past that on that top shelf way up there, that is my themes, and I am so happy how I have worked those themes down to the point that they fit in that 4-hole cubby. So that divided organizer. It is from IKEA. It's part of the Cilla-Choice collection. And I have everything except for vintage, which is down there at the end. Let me walk this way and show. So my vintage is at the end. It was crammed up in this corner with no room to spare. It can breathe now. So that is progress. Next, I want to share with you what I have accomplished with my seasons and holidays. So I have in front of each season a binder. That's where the dies, no, not dies, the embellishments that I have left over from a collection. If they're embellishments that I know I can use and I want to keep them, I put them in their respective binders. No particular order, just as I'm working through a collection. Once I get to the end of that collection, that's where it goes. If you will notice, spring is all in one cubby. And there is a tiny bit of wiggle room there. Summer bleeds over into two, but honestly, it's because of the binder. If I didn't have the binder there, summer would fit in one cubby. My fall now is 2 cubbies. Can you even believe it? The thing that surprised me was my Christmas and winter. So I have over 1 full cubby of just Christmas papers. Just Christmas. And then down here finishes up Christmas, and then that is my winter. And there's room to spare. I have freed up 2 full cubbies. And I am now able to put behind my chair Nuvo drops and rub-ons. This on the end here is my Flower Emporium class kit. I'm not finished doing the layouts and for that class, but that's what I have there. In the floor, this container is all of my leftover projects from Create and Inspire and another album class that I have not started. So that is my unfinished projects. We're going to pause. We're going to go to the table, and I will have a few more things to share with you, and I will talk about how I was able to reduce these seasons. Okay, what you're seeing in front of you is a big chunk of paper that I have pulled out of my fall. This is going to become my fall kit. These are scraps that I have trimmed down, taken the branding strips off of them so that it's just the scraps. And then this paper, so let's go backwards and explain. As I was going through every single collection, if I had more than 2 of any single paper, then every paper above 2 came out. If I loved the paper, then it began my fall collection, and it added up. There's a lot here. If I had more than 4, I shared the excess with friends. And that is how I was able to reduce what I had in my fall collection. The good news is, for me, I did not get rid of any single collection. What I started with is what I have ended with. It's just way more manageable, And when I pull those collections to play with them, I have complete collections. Most of the time, I have complete collections that I can play with. But this fall, I'm going to get to play with every single collection all at once because of the excess. And as much as that might be embarrassing for me to admit and to say, I'm even more proud that I am embarrassed for that I've found a solution and I'm able to work through my stash in a way that is manageable for me. I have to do this in bits and pieces because I've shared with you before, I have emotional attachment to my craft supplies. I just do. I'm not a psychologist. I can't figure out why I am so into my craft supplies, but paper I am very, very much attached to, and it is definitely emotional. Fall is my biggest category. It isn't anymore, but it was, and I overbought so many times. It's ridiculous. But I don't buy that way now. I'm having to go backwards and undo what I did in the past. I've come a long, long way. A long way. And even what I have on my shelves right now, it will take me years and years and years and years and years to work through it. Years. It is what it is. So, I am very, very happy to be able to share this process with you. I'm not going to go through every single paper here because that would make this an ungodly long video. But I will share a few of things that I have pulled out. Some of these collections or these bits and pieces I've played with over and over again and still have a ton. And some of them are because I bought 25 packs from Tuesday Morning, like these cut aparts. I thought I had to have tons of them. I don't. So this is where all the excess is in here. I've played with this many times. This is the Last Chance Corral. Once I go through this fall playing with these papers, then it's Last Chance. Now these I put in here so that I would have backgrounds because they're dots and stripes. Actually, it's more gingham than it is dots. Yes, it's a large check and then a small gingham. I know there's some dots and stripes. Okay, never mind. Anyway, this is not its Last Chance Corral. This is to help give me some bases. And then we start in, I had excess stickers, had probably 4 sheets of this. So I shared some, kept some, and then I put some in the kit so I could play with it. This Simple Stories Fall Farmhouse, unbelievable how much of it I still have it. I have 2 of all of this, but this is the excess. Tons of it. Echo Park went nuts, pun intended, on buying this at Tuesday Morning. This, A Perfect Autumn, I bought it, I want to say 4 times from Tuesday Morning. Yeah, I'm great. This is from a paper pad that I went ahead and it is a fall paper pad. I want to say it's Paige Evans. And I just included these. Once again, just need some bases. Here's some more of the Perfect Autumn. Here's some more of the Paige Evans. Yeah, here's what I had bought in excess. Is Bungalow Lane. That's it. Of single sheets. Tons. Had tons of it. Lawn Fawn. I don't use Lawn Fawn a lot, but I decided that I had to have this a couple of times, and so I put the excess in here. Jen Hadfield. I bought Sweater Weather in these patterns multiple times. This Indie Chick was with another. This is from My Mind's Eye. It's textured and so thick. It's from 2012. I was not scrapbooking in 2012. I bought this when a business was going out of business. Anyway, it looks fall, and I didn't want to put it on in the My Mind's Eye shelf, so I just threw it in here. Photo Play Falling Leaves. I thought they were never coming out with another fall collection, so I overbought. I made sure I had lots of it. We have some more stickers. Fall Break from Carta Bella. Luscious, luscious paper. Love these designs. I've played with this many, many times. Hello Autumn by Carta Bella. And then we're just anything I have in excess. A Perfect Autumn, Echo Park. These are the designs. Welcome Fall. I have a whole collection in here because I overbought. Happy Fall, whole collection in here because I overbought. The Story of Fall, I've just got bits and pieces of this one. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Oh, this is the Story of Fall 2. Yes, this is the Story of Fall 2. Lots of that. Late Afternoon by Amy Tangerine. This is my absolute singular favorite collection by Amy Tan. Was not a huge fan of her paper designs, but Late Afternoon I loved so much that I bought way, way, way too much. Hello Fall by Echo Park. No, sorry, Carta Bella. Carta Bella. I'm sitting here reading it and still said it wrong. But I have all of these extra. Once again, every bit of this is still on my shelf. Prima Autumn Sunset Collection. Lost my mind over it. Lost my mind over it. So this is what I have in excess. This is another one that I lost my mind over. Simple Vintage Country Harvest by Simple Stories. Tons and tons and tons of it. This is Authentique Splendor 3. No. Splendor is the collection. And then pieces of that. We have Fall Blessings from Echo Park. That's still Fall Blessings. I love this artwork. I love that. I love these polka dots in fall colors. Cannot wait to play with them. Cozy Days by Simple Stories. Have a bit of that in overage. I also have, this is from Scrapbook Generation. It was one of their, like you get the free kit for the weekend. So I've got that page I can do. Elizabeth Craft Designs. I like this, but we're going to play with it, and this may go back on my shelf. I said this is the Last Chance Corral, but this is not old, and I want to play with it and just see how it comes together. I have this one, my favorite of fall. I've got scraps and bits left in here that I want to use that up. And then this one is just bits and pieces that I had bought when that store was going out of business. It is from Chickanitty Crafts, and you know what? Once you get something in your hands, sometimes it's not as great as it looked. And so, yeah, we're going to play with this. This one may be its Last Chance Corral. So, I had talked about way back. Now, you're going to be seeing this in September because that's when I'm going to reveal my fall kit. It is July. I've got my fan going. I desperately need my air conditioner, but I'm talking to my friends, so I'm not going to turn it on. It's noisy. But I have shared in the past that there are certain collections that I had gone nuts about into Tuesday morning that I am separating myself from. I did that for spring and summer, And when I went through my fall, I didn't separate myself from any in fall, but I did in Christmas and winter. Because I just would buy. And some of those collections I bought multiples of. And then they're just sitting on my shelf. So when I am going through my collections, one of the questions I ask myself is, if this wasn't on my shelf, would I miss it? Now, it's been months and months since I did my spring and summer, and I don't miss them at all. So I have now separated myself from some of my Christmas. Let me qualify, I love traditional Christmas papers. I love the traditional colors. I also love some pink in my Christmas collections. And when I was going through my collections and isolating the ones that I love, they excite me when I look at them. I can't wait to play with them one of these days. A lot of the collections began looking very similar. And I love Echo Park. I love Cartabella. But I had collections from those companies that I was able to combine and keep the same mood and feel, and then separate myself from the excess, the full collections that I feel it has become redundant in my inventory. So that is one of the reasons why I was able to empty out 2 full cubbies in this process. I'm excited about it. I do not think I'm going to miss any of those collections, but I'm still giving myself that 18 months to make that decision. Okay, friends, I have blathered on a lot about this process. This is my fall kit. This is what I'm going to be playing with. I'm excited about it. And that's it. You have helped me so much, and you don't even know it. You help me think more clearly and help me stay accountable. And I love the fact that you'll talk paper with me. I can't even tell you. I just appreciate you. So if you don't mind, come back and we will chat again soon. Bye-bye.